Ferrari America is a series of top-end Ferrari models built in the 1950s and 1960s. They were large Grand Touring cars with the largest V12 engines and often had custom bodywork. All America models used a live axle in the rear, were front-engined, and had worm and sector steering. Two of the series, the 400 and the 410, were called Superamerica. The final member of the America production family was called the 500 Superfast. The series also includes the 365 California, 340 America. The first America cars were the 340, produced between 1950 and 1952. Using the new Lampredi V12 developed for Formula One racing, the 340 America could produce over 200 picoseconds. Only 23 copies were built, 11 by Vignale, 8 by Touring, and 4 by Gaia. Giovanni Michelotti designed Cooper copyright and 2+2 Cooper copyright for Gaia and Cooper copyright and Spider for Vignale. The 340 America was replaced by its larger engine brother, the 375 America. 342 America, only 6 made, Vignale Cabriolet, 2 Pininfarina Cabriolets and 3 Pininfarina Coupes. Using same Lampredi designed engine as in 340 America with different carburetor air filter arrangement. Both 340/342 Americas used even chassis numbering of a race cars, while 375 America and later used odd chassis numbering of a road cars. Black Pininfarina Cabriolet was owned by King Leopold III of Belgium. 375 America. Another Pininfarina and Vignale-bodied Americas, the 375 used the new 4.5L Lampredi engine with up to 300 picoseconds. The 375 were expensive and exclusive only about 11 were built from late 1953 through 1954. 3 Vignale Cooper copyright S were designed by Giovanni Michelotti. 410 Superamerica, as if the custom, low-volume America was not fast enough, Ferrari produced another line of America cars, beginning with the 1955 410 Superamerica. The engine was now up to 5.0L with 340 picoseconds available. A 1957 Superamerica 3 had triple Weber carburetors for even more power. Each 410 Superamerica had custom bodywork, with a few by Bono and Gaia but most by Ferrari stalwart, Pininfarina. The price was extremely high at $16,800. The 410 Superamerica offered at the New York Auto Show by importer Luigi Chinetti was more than twice as expensive as the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing exhibited by Max Hoffman. Just 35 were built when the series ended in 1959. First two series of Pininfarina Cooper copyright S were very similar with only third series radically redesigned with non-panoramic rear window, different sideline, lower front grille and more recessed headlights, some covered. While most third series PF Cooper copyright S had 3 louvers behind side windows, some have this space glassed over. Series 3 cars were introduced in 1958. 410 Superfast Pininfarina Speciale also known as Superfast I, made on 410 Superamerica chassis with 24-plug racing engine, prominent tail fins and B-colored body. It was unveiled at the 1956 Paris Auto Show. Wheelbase was shorter at 2,600 mm. 250 GT Pininfarina Cooper copyright Speciale in 1956, 4 cars made on Type 513 chassis, with Series I 410 Superamerica style bodies and Type 128, 3.0 V12 engines. Although chassis numbers are in the middle of Bono 250 GT Cooper copyright run, they don't share the same chassis type. 400 Superamerica. The 400 Superamerica had a smaller 4.0L Colombo engine, but produced as much power as its predecessor. It debuted in 1959 as 410 production ended, and was available as a coupe, spider, or cabriolet with custom Pininfarina bodywork. 4-wheel disc brakes were a new addition. 47 Ferrari 400s had been built, along 2 series, when the 400 stepped aside in 1964, of which 32 were Cooper copyright Aerodynamico variant. Series I Cooper copyright S Aerodynamico had open-hood air scoop, while Series II cars had covered scoop and slightly longer wheelbase. 400 Superamerica Pininfarina Cooper copyright Speciale special one-off version of 400 Superamerica built in 1959 for Gianni Agnelli. This car was also the very first of 400 Superamericas. Worth note is the fact that very similar body was used on Maserati 5000 GT, also built for Sig. Agnelli. 400 Superamerica Superfast Euro 4 Originally built as Series I Ferrari 400 Superamerica Aerodynamico Pininfarina Cooper copyright, chassis number 2207 SA, was bodied and presented as Superfast 2 at Torino Motor Show in 1960 and 1961. In 1961 rebodied into Superfast 3 and presented at 1962 Geneva Motor Show. Same year redesigned another, final, time as Superfast 4. It was a styling concept for the upcoming 500 Superfast model. 500 Superfast, the end of the top-line America series, was the 1964 500 Superfast. Early in development, and even into production, these cars were to be called Superamericas, but the decision was made at the last moment to use Superfast instead. The engine was a 5.0L Ferrari Colombo 512 engine, with 400 picoseconds available, now pushing the car to 275 km per hour. The engine had the same dimensions as the Lampredi long block engines of the 410 Superamerica, otherwise the design was based on the original Colombo short block. The chassis was very similar in construction to the contemporary 330 GT2 Plus 2, and bodywork was again done by Pininfarina. When leaving the factory, the 500 Superfast originally fitted Pirelli Cinturato 205 VR15 tires. 36 cars were made to 1966, including 12 Series II models with an updated 5-speed transmission. Production total excludes a one-off 330 GT2 Plus 2 produced with a Superfast-style body for HRH Prins Bernhard of the Netherlands. Only coupes were made and no Superfast roadsters were available. 365 California. The 365 California replaced the 500 Superfast for 1966. It was the first 365 model, with its 4.4L V12 based on the 330's 4.0L Colombo unit but with an 81mm bore. The 365 California used the same chassis as the 500 Superfast but with an evolutionary cabriolet body by Pininfarina. Debuting at the Geneva Motor Show in 1966, just 14 examples were produced before production ended in 1967. Whilst the prototype was built on a 330 GT2 Plus 2 Type 571 chassis, production cars featured Type 598 chassis. Chassis was sent to Pininfarina's Grigliasco plant to be bodied and trimmed, which would later return to Ferrari for fitment of the mechanical components. It was presented at the 1966 Geneva Salon. Notes. References: Buckley, Martin and Rees, Chris. World Encyclopedia of Cars. London, Arness Publishing. ISBN 1-84038-083-7.